Hello and welcome back to Ultima 7, the Black Gate and Forge of Virtue. So, we've got a Lagnar's notebook following, or through his house of riddles. I don't even remember how to get out of here now. I think, if I remember correctly, can I just get out on the side somewhere? No. None of this really matters because I'm actually just gonna cast help. And let's come back here. So, if you remember, the whole reason we were over at Scarabray was to get a Lagnar's notebook so that we could give it to the Wisps who requested it. As we read last time, Lagnar's notebook is full of, well, basically all of it is just a scathing analysis and retort of the Fellowship. Now people are hungry, so let's just do this. Get this out of the way. So what the Wisps want with that, I don't know. Okay, now we can also probably do a little bit better with people's items here. Dupre's got a magic shield. What's Jana's deal? She's still going to 2 axes. You know what, Jana? I like it. It's cool. Iolo does have arrows? Doesn't have arrows. Has 1 bolt left. Arrows for now, because I can make more of those. Okay. So I think what I might actually want is Shimino with a bow. And then whoops! Just knocked something over. And then Iolo with the triple crossbow. How's our money sitch? We have a few jewels to return as well. 329, that's not a ton. Let's see. Whoops, I didn't mean to do name. Oh. Jeweler. I just grab precious materials. Gems. I do have some. Oh, that's it? I only have 2? Okay. Bye. Alright, that's not great. Let's buy some bolts nonetheless. Buy. No. Okay, so let's actually do it this way then. We're gonna go Shimino with the magic bow. To enchant. Oh, I always think it's in my bag, but I leave it here on purpose. Oops, level 2. Those. We're gonna enchant those. Whoops, no, not servant. We're gonna mix those. Actually, don't. Now we're gonna do this. Jana. That. And actually, yeah, let's give. Oh, alright. You. view this. Starburst, I don't really care about it all. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we have a few different things we could do now. We could, at some point we need to join the fellowship. And actually we are right out front of the fellowship, so why don't we, or, I don't know, I always get confused where that is exactly, but it's somewhere near here. This is Sentry's house. Or we could go to the Wisps. Now let's go to the Wisps first. We're sort of on a roll with this, with the main storyline here. Oops. We could also do probably some training for people soon, which is always fun. It's not true, actually, I hate the training. So, the Wisps are somewhere out here. I gotta tell you, I'm glad we already went through and read all those books that are in there. The little fortress. Don't remember the direction I'm supposed to go. Oh, that's too far for sure. Nighttime in the forest, what could be better? I think I've gone too far. Yeah, okay, so we're at the bandit camp, which we won't mess around with, so let's just go straight over from here. Do not enter combat mode if Wisp's around. Found it! I wonder if I still need the whistle to talk to them. Oops. There's one. The Wisp does not respond. I do. Where'd the whistle go? Somebody else have it? Oh, there it is. Whew! I was gonna say, I usually keep quest items on my person. Once again, a local manifestation addresses the Zoranite dimension. I have the notebook. The human entity is welcomed by Zorinia. You have brought the item notebook. I shall now absorb the information contained therein. The wisp glows brightly for a few seconds. The notebook remains in your possession. I have completed my absorption of the information. You may now return the item notebook to the entity Alagnar. Ooh, excuse me. And now for the exchange of information and delivery of a message. Message? Zorinia must deliver a message to you. The entity known as Time Lord requests your audience. Ah, the Time Lord. Time Lord is trapped at the plane known as the Shrine of Spirituality. You can reach him by using your object, Orb of the Moons, in location directly to your northwest. Okay, so I can go to the Time Lord by activating my Orb of the Moon's northwest, similar to Ultima 6, where you had the grid of the Orb of the Moons. Okay, what's the exchange? Now for the information you seek. This dimension, known as Britannia, is under attack by an entity called the Guardian. Yeah, we know that. That's in the book. The Guardian lives in another dimension. Zorinia sometimes trades information with this entity. Do you want to know more about the Guardian? Yeah. Zorinia has digested information about the Guardian and can state the following facts. The Guardian possesses qualities which human entities label vain, greedy, egocentric, and malevolent. Oh, lovely. The Guardian thrives on power and domination. The Guardian takes pleasure from conquering other worlds. His sensory organs are now focused on this dimension, known as Britannia. The Guardian is attempting to enter this dimension by means of an item human entities call a moon gate. This moon gate is not a red color or blue color. Moon gate, which Zorinia knows is the standard form of this item. The Guardian is building a moon gate of the color black. The Black Gate? Dun dun dun. The Black Gate will be fully functional when the phenomenon known as astronomical alignment next occurs. Although Zorinia does not normally seek to influence actions of other manifestations, Zorinia warns you that if the Guardian enters this dimension, it will be the end of the dimension known as Britannia. The Guardian is powerful in his own dimension. In your dimension, he will be unstoppable. The Undrian Council sincerely hopes this information is useful. Transaction complete. Time Lord? The entity known as Time Lord is a being from the space-time dimension. The Zornite dimension has been communicating with the Time Lord for what humans call centuries. Alright, thanks. Zorinia always welcomes the exchange of information. Farewell. Okay, so what the notebook said was accurate. The Fellowship are helping the Guardian or being used by the Guardian, presumably to build some sort of black gate to allow him to enter our world and take it over. That's bad news. Well, we gotta stop that. So, what should we do now with that information? So we can go back to Britain. So, I guess we can just go right back to Alagnar. Actually, it's so easy with the mark and recall, and that's why I did it in the first place. So let's just go give the notebook back. Yellow. Wah, 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 wah.
Thank you for the information in the notebook, Avatar. It was most useful.
Son of a bitch. Lagner? Victim. Okay. So, presumably... I guess we don't have to give him this book back. Presumably, the request for that information to the Wisps was from the Guardian. So they must have just turned around and given that to him. They did say that they interacted with him. What does the crystal ball show us? Ah! I think that's supposed to be Hook. We can't see his other hand. I think these are supposed to be Elizabeth and Abraham, and I forget the gargoyle's name. Can I move? No, I can't move. No, that's it. Alagnar, we thank you for your research. I already looked in here, I think, right? don't need your book anymore, so I'm going to drop that off anyways. And sorry, pal. We'll avenge you, though, or at least we'll try. Now, if I remember correctly, we have cleared New Magencia. I don't remember. I get all the islands confused, and I don't remember what happens on which one. Oh, is this? Yeah, okay, we definitely did this. Yeah, Constance, okay. Alright, so let's go back to Britain. So I think at this point we can either go talk to the Time Lord or investigate the Fellowship. And I think we're going to start with the Fellowship. I don't think we have any gold to exchange, but maybe we do. No. Well, we should get some more money. No, it's down here. I never remember where things are. Britain's big. This game is awesome. So ahead of its time. I actually have no idea. But it seems like it was. I overshoot it? I overshot it, didn't I? Yeah. I can get lost in Britain, and that's just such a cool concept for such an old game. Excuse me. Fellowship, is this it? Finally. Batlin? You see a rotund, older gentleman who is at once humble yet dignified. His gentle eyes exude caring for his fellow person. Have we not met you yet? Excuse me with the spoiler. Name. My name, good friend, is Batlin, and indeed it is truly a privilege to meet the Avatar in the flesh. Excuse me. Job. I was once a druid. Now I am the leader and the originator of the Fellowship. It is rapidly growing throughout Britannia and keeps me very busy, as thou canst well imagine. Ha ha ha! Fellowship? The Fellowship was formed 20 years ago with the full approval and support of Lord British. Excuse me. It is a society of spiritual seekers who strive to reach the highest levels of human potential, and to share this knowledge freely with all people. Spiritual? The Fellowship advances the philosophy of sanguine cognition, a way to apply a positive order of thought to one's life through what is called the triad of inner strength. Oh yeah? Tell me about the triad. Unless we've read this before. The triad of inner strength is simply 3 basic values that, when applied in unison, enable one to be more creative, satisfied, and successful in life. Values? The 3 values of the Oh, darn. This is different. Allow me to explain the meaning of worthiness precedes reward. This was interesting because we just read Alagner's scathing description of it. Each one of us seeks something which we desire from life, and we must strive to be worthy of that which we seek. It would be difficult for thee to disagree, I am quite sure. Trust? What the Fellowship means by this is that people are all the same, and the world is, generally speaking, a supportive, nurturing place. The trust we place in each other is like the pinions that hold our society together. Quite true, wouldst thou not say? Unity? When we say strive for unity, it is simply our way of expressing how the people of Britannia should all cooperate and work together. A worthwhile sentiment, I'm certain thou wouldst concur. Sanguine cognition. We strive to avoid the mistakes made by mystics and sages since the dawn of time. They apply the standards of the past, such as the virtues, for example, to qualify the present, and thus they do not perceive it correctly. We seek to examine our present lives, each on our own terms, and see the world the way it is. Virtues? They are perfectly adequate for those who feel that they still need them for whatever reason. But no one, not even thyself, thou must admit, Avatar, can fulfill them perfectly. Therefore, they are a philosophy that is ultimately based upon failure. We have never claimed that our teachings are a substitute for the virtues. However, ours is a belief that is based upon success, not failure. I've heard about a voice that people hear. Only active or potential fellowship members are privy to the concept of the voice. I can tell thee more when thou dost take the fellowship test. The test? Oh, art thou ready to join the fellowship? Not yet. Until thou art ready to join, I cannot tell thee any more about the test. So there was this apple situation down in Pause. While thou art here, please feel free to enjoy an apple, the finest in all of Britannia. I am certain thou wilt find. They are provided to the fellowship by the Royal Orchards, which is where our man, oh geez, I don't remember his name, was arrested and imprisoned for God knows how long, until we freed him. Lastly, I'm looking for Elizabeth and Abraham. Have you seen them? Ah, my good colleagues Elizabeth and Abraham were just here. They left this morning for Minnock on fellowship business. They deal with the distribution and collection of funds. Okay, tell me what it means to join. Ah, but first things first. I recommend that thou takest our examination to determine if thou art truly in need of the fellowship's teachings. Dost thou want to take the test? Definitely no, but yes. These questions are all hypothetical. Do not let them confuse or upset thee. Question 1. Thou art feeling depressed right now. Is it more likely because A. Thou hast disappointed a friend, or B. A friend has disappointed thee? Oh, I don't like to disappoint people. I can tell from thine answer that thou art a person who takes their responsibilities to others very seriously, and perhaps tends to put too much pressure on yourself to please others. Batlin smiles and nods. Question the second. He didn't. I just think that's more Batlin. Thou art at a feast hosted by a very high-ranking local official. Thou dost believe the food he has ordered to be served is a little more than swill, and thou dost notice that the other guests certainly think so. When thine host asks if thou dost like the food, dost thou A. tell the truth, or B. lie to him? I'd probably lie. Thy response shows thou art a person who is deeply concerned with the feelings of others. A person to whom manners and graciousness are of the highest import. Batlin makes a sweeping gesture with his hand. Question 3. Question the third. Thou hast taken the last room available at an inn. Upon entering it, thou dost find that it is filthy. It is in the middle of the night. There is no one to clean, and there is nowhere else to stay. Dost thou A. clean up the room thyself and at least somewhat before reposing in it? Or B. dost thou just go to sleep letting the room remain as thou hast found it? Probably do a little bit of cleaning. Thou hast revealed that thou art a person who instinctively believes they are responsible for anything. That goes wrong in that it fails to thee to put the whole world falls to thee to put the whole world right. Batlin sighs. Question the fourth. At a festive gathering thou dost tell a humorous anecdote, and thou dost tell it very well, creating much amusement. Didst thou tell this comedic story because A. thou dost enjoy the response that thou didst receive from thine audience, or B. because thou dost want to please thy friends? I don't know. Let's please my friends. Thine answer shows thou art a person who instinctively feels unworthy of having friends. Thou must continuously buy their attentions by amusing them. Batlin frowns slightly. Question the 5th. If thou wert to become... W-E-R-T. I guess that would be it, wouldn't it? If thou wert to become a person of leisure, one who had amassed a fantastic fortune of wealth, would it most likely be because A, thou hadst discovered an infallible method of stealing the money of others, or B, thou hadst discovered an infallible method of illicitly duplicating the coin of the realm? Oh, I don't know. Let's steal. Steal from the rich. From question 5, we learn that thou art a person who instinctively believes that they are incapable of achieving success. Someone who feels that they can only profit through the exploitation of others. Batlin slowly shakes his head. Question the 6th. While traveling, thou dost find a man in terrible pain. His arm has been grievously injured. A healer tending to him tells thee that the man's arm will have to be removed and that he will require thine assistance to do it. The man says he will recover from his injury and asks thee not to let the healer amputate his arm. Dost thou A, heed the words of the healer, or B, respect the wishes of the injured man? I guess the man? I don't know. His body. By thine answer thou art a person who deeply believes in the value of human life, and who has a strong sense of faith in the possibilities that life continuously gives us. Batlin gives thee a knowing look. Question the 7th. Thou hast just killed a small dog by throwing a rock at it. Is it more likely that thou hast done this because A, the dog was going to attack thee, or B, the dog was going to attack someone else? It's going to attack me. Never kill a dog. This question tells us that thou art an overly defensive person. Thou dost need to stop assuming that the world around thee exists only to bring thee potential harm. Batlin strokes his chin thoughtfully. Question the 8th. Thou art in a boat with thy betrothed and thy mother. The boat capsizes. In the choppy waters thou canst only save thyself and one other person. Who dost thou save from the drowning? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know which one I clicked. Ha! While risking thy life to save the life of thy betrothed is admirable, I cannot help but wonder... Oh, okay. I cannot help but wonder what suppressed hostility thou dost have towards thy mother, as thou wouldst simply let her drown. Batlin shrugs. Thou art a person of strong character, Avatar, but one who is troubled by deep personal problems that prevent thee from achieving thy true potential for greatness. In short, thou art precisely the type of person for which the Fellowship was created. I welcome thee to our fold. Know that the path of the Triad is not an easy one, but its rewards are bountiful. I will, of course, waive the usual sabbatical of study that is required before one achieves membership. Thou art, after all, the Avatar. However, as one of our tenets prescribes, worthiness precedes reward, thou must embark on a task or two for the Fellowship before thou can be properly inducted and receive thy medallion. I need thee to deliver the sealed package unopened to Eleanor, the leader of the Fellowship branch in Minok. Eleanor will reward thee upon receiving it. Thou dost have my word. May I trust thee to do it? Yeah. Excellent. Here it is. Thou must now be on thy way. So interestingly, I believe no matter what your answers are to those questions, he always finds something sort of negative to say and highlight about your character, and then always gives you that same answer at the end. The idea being that the questionnaire, of course, is designed for people to, no matter what their answers are, be inclined to believe that they need the Fellowship. So we have sold our souls, but we're just doing it in secret for now. But we will go drop off this stuff to Eleanor in Minok next time. See you then.